Is everyone ready? I don't have a fun cover this time. Yeah. So this time we're talking about Gallant by V.E. Schwab. This was a book club book we read all together. And it was Liz's pick, so she gets to do the synopsis. It's been a hot minute. I don't know if I could even do it.
It's so far away. I'd like to nominate Steve, though, because Steve does such a good job with summaries.
He does.
I'd like to nominate Liz because she picked the book. So
You're so mean. Okay, you guys have to help me then, because it has been a while. And honestly, my life's been overtaken with Verity, and I can't think of much else. So,
I can see how that would happen.
Kelly is like exactly how I feel inside. All right, so Gallant opens with you meet this girl that's in an orphanage, and the thing about her is she can't speak, and she sees ghouls or ghosts everywhere, and so doesn't know much about her like parents. She has her mom's little diary, which is like weird, just like strange ramblings. And then all of a sudden, one day in the orphanage, there's a letter that she has a family and they want her and to come to the manor house. She shows up and it's this fancy old home, and she has a cousin that's a couple years older than her, this guy, and there's like a housekeeper and a groundskeeper. And weird things are going on at the house, and there are more ghouls there, and no one, it takes her a while to figure out exactly what's going on because no one will tell her, and they keep trying to kick her out of the house and get her away because there's bad stuff happening. So this is, I mean, I don't think I can say anything else without giving away what's really going on. So
let's do spoilers. Let's just do spoilers.
Okay, so spoiler is the house is connected to another realm, which is kind of like death or dying. I don't think it's exactly hell, but there's another house just like it on the other side of the wall, and the people in the home are trying to keep the wall up so the bad dead guys don't come out into our world and like kill everything. And it turns out her father was one of the ghouls on the other side that ran away with her mom. And the worst part about this book is there's no ending. So there we go. There's no ending.
I'm so sorry. Would you rate it, Liz?
I'm so mad that there's no ending.
I knew that would get you.
I know. I need closure. I don't know. Like, so much wasn't explained. It just like pisses me off. So I gotta see. It was well written though, but I had so many questions.
Fair enough. Steve, what'd you rate it?
I give it a C. I didn't like this book like at all. No offense, Liz. I normally don't slack on book club books. Like I read them and everything. This one I couldn't focus. I didn't care about it. I lost track of what was happening. Hence, I didn't want to do the book review. And
but you're here.
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah. No, I just didn't think it was very good. I didn't think it was very interesting. It was very surface level, not very in depth. But it's interesting because I really like the Addie LaRue book that we read. I thought that was great. That's been like my favorite book so far. This one fell flat. So
I agree. I thought it was weird how many things were left to the unknown, given that there's not a sequel. This ended, in my opinion, like there was going to be a sequel to wrap up some of those bigger questions. Like, I don't know, like her heritage. How did she come from a ghost? I don't know. Why they were protecting the land. Like, is that the afterworld? Like, what would the people do if they got past the gate? There's a lot of unanswered questions at the end of this that it just kind of felt like when you got done that there was no point in reading it. Like you kind of just wasted your time because the story never really went anywhere and never really did anything. But I will say that it had some really like a good foundation. I liked some of the writing and like the scenes, like when she was in the underworld and like the ballerinas were dancing. Some of those scenes were like written very well and like very creepy and had a lot of promise, but there's just no carry through to like really wrap the whole story together.
What did you rate it, Mad?
Yeah, C-. And
I rated it a B minus. For a lot of the same reasons. Literally, in my journal, I wrote like, why can't she talk? What happens to death? Does she really just go back to gardening for the rest of her life, like her cousin? Like, is this really the end? Like, why? Like, what was the point of her being able to create life? You know, like she goes to the underworld, she can create like living things, but that never comes to anything. Like I thought she would maybe like go to the underworld and fix everything, make flowers, or like by living on the other side, in the regular realm, she could prevent death just by like being able to create life. Or why can't she talk? Like that was a whole thing and nothing ever came of it. Like no one said why she couldn't talk. Um I thought maybe she would end up talking in the other world or something. I don't know. There are a lot of things where I was like, what? This, when I finished it, I was like, it makes me feel like life is pointless because she literally follows her cousin's footsteps where his whole life is pointless. All he does is garden. And then he dies. And then she just starts gardening too.
Like his death didn't even matter. It was completely preventable.
No. Yes, and everyone's just gardening. It's like Elaine and frickin' A Court of Mist and Fury. We're just gardening during a war. Like it was just like, what?
Frickin' Elaine strikes again.
I hate Elaine.
I hate her too. I also thought it was interesting how Matthew had a learning disability. Like he couldn't read, but nothing was ever really like that storyline never really went anywhere. And like the death of his brother, like how he kind of came back, but then he wasn't really, or I guess that was a ghost, but he never really knew what happened to his brother either. There's just a lot of what's it called?
It's like unresolved.
Yeah.
And why is
like,
the other house
there? Back.
I don't. Right.
So is this book a comment on something else and like just too deep for apparently any, like, was it just a deeper book and we all missed it, or was it just that flat?
It didn't go anywhere. Like, I mean, it kind of has like a Hades Persephone vibe because she can create life, and then there's death, and the guy is death in the book, but nothing like ever happens. Like, yeah, it's just like a bunch of random things. It's like reading the beginning of a book and just stopping in the middle and closing it and being done. Is what I felt like.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
it's weird.
Potential.
Yeah, like it could have been an easily like beginning of a sequel. And like Steve said, we read Addie LaRue and it was one of our favorite books. But this one was just like, I did order 2 other books, a series by this author, so I hope they're good. But the writing,
but Addie LaRue was kind of
that.
Addie LaRue was like really good, but it was kind of open-ended too. Like she takes off with Luke and you don't know how things end, right?
Yeah.
True.
I liked that in that story, but not here. Gallant sucked. Well, it just made me mad. It didn't suck. It made me mad. Why is the house there? How does the wall keep them out? Who put it there? Why?
And I thought the like sculpture thing that is in the library that spins around, and I thought that would do something. Like you spin it and something happens in the other world, but no, nothing happens. It's just like a sculpture.
Well, so much potential. You to wonder what happens when Olivia dies. Because like there's no other priors.
It would be nice to know, like, did she just die and there's no one else, or does she eventually marry someone and they guard the gate and garden forever? I don't know.
Or did she like go over there, like you said, and just like make everything alive again?
I thought she would for sure move to the dark side and like fix it and like fix death and or something. I don't know.
I don't know.
So Kelly, you didn't miss much.
I'm glad that's the book I like skipped out on. Like I was really worried that you guys would be like, Gallant's the best thing that ever happened to my life, and I'd be like, damn it, you know. But all of you guys are like, it was a waste of my time.
So you're not gonna read it?
No, I'm definitely not gonna read it. I mean,
Yeah, the
it's
only
odd
good.
that every single one of you like was like nothing, nothing.
And I really like this author too. Like I like her writing style. I just didn't like the plot of this one. So we'll see what the other ones are like, I guess.
I wonder if she wrote it like if this is one of her first books.
First one. Yeah. We should look that up.
Well, that's Gallant by V.E. Schwab. We're sorry, Victoria. We just bashed your book, but
Who?
I think
The
her first name's
author.
Victoria.
Oh, I was like, why are you? All right.
V.E. Schwab.
It's like, why are we talking about Victoria? Oh.
No.
He's like,
Although
did
we
she
did get
recommend this book?
we did
You're
give the
like,
other
"I
book
am."
lots of good reviews though, so I don't feel too bad.
It's true.
Does anybody remember what the reviews are on this one? Like
It's
what
3.78 on Goodreads. So it's
is
higher.
that?
Yeah, that's
What?
lower.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's higher than I thought it would be, honestly. But I don't know how long ago she wrote this or whatnot. I'll have to check into that. Oh shoot,